Hey guys, Fallen here, bringing you a deck profile for a plant deck that I think can really be useful for the upcoming Link format, considering the fact that it's going to be containing quite a few boss monsters in it that have a formidable amount of attack, good effects, and honestly, if you want to, can be used with an extra deck. And you'll see what I'm talking about when I get further into this, but for the most part, it can perform well on its own. And adding a few cards into it that I don't have could probably make it a lot more competitive, or maybe even just competitive. As I don't think it's very competitive at all. I have fun playing it, but I don't think I'd be feeling comfortable taking it to, like, I don't know, even like like locals or anything. I feel like I'd get laughed at, but it's probably not as bad as I think. But well, let's just get into this and you'll see what I mean. So for starters, 3 Bulbaboon. What I like about Bulbaboon is when he's summoned, you get to draw a card and then place one card from your hand to either top or bottom deck. Now, it's good draw power for just a summon, and it's when he's normal or special summoned. So with his second effect, you can bring out 2 more of these after he's destroyed. So as long as you didn't draw into them and they're still in your deck, which most likely you're not going to draw into them if you pick him up early at least. Well, you can actually go into him from a lone fire if you have that. So if you draw into a lone fire and your hand is looking a little bricky, you could go ahead, lone fire into this guy here, then put the brick card that you don't need back in, and hopefully the card that you drew is going to help you. But say you don't think he's going to survive the turn, that's fine. You'll get 2 more of these, 2 more draws, and 2 more outs back to the deck. So you can put them either top or bottom, so you won't have to draw back into them next turn. You can put them back and forget about them, because with this deck you're going to be searching quite a bit. You're going to be searching, and it really won't matter. You're going to be shuffling your deck. You're not going to be sitting on cards and be, oh man, I wish this was in the bottom still, because it's going to get moved around. So 3 Bulbaboon, it's a good draw power. Not the strongest, but it's alright. Then here they are. Got 3 Lone Fires, because you get into them early, bringing a lot of the level 8 monsters that we got going on into the boss monsters of the decks, essentially. I run a few, so you're going to want these. Like I said, works well. Bulbaboon over here. Probably going to be one of your most important cards. And recycling this isn't going to be very hard. Well, you'll see once I get to the spell drives. Okay. Then we got, let's see over here, what do we got next? Got Rose Paladin, 3 of these. Essentially, it's an 1800 beater early on. It's not bad. Discard it, add a level 8 or higher plant type monster from your deck to your hand, so it thins out the deck a little. And if you have something in your hand, or if you have something in your grave like a Rose Lover that you can bring something out with, but just by banishing, you have this to get it to your hand and bring it to the field that turn. And if this monster destroys another monster of battle, you can special summon a level 7, I believe, right? Let me read that again. Yeah, you can. If this card destroys a monster of battle, special summon a plant type. So no level cap, just a plant type. So Bulbaboon, get it if you want. I don't know. You want to make that play? You think it's gonna help you? Go ahead. But the discard effect only works on level 7 or higher. It isn't too much of a problem for this. Here we go with 3 Rose Lovers. So she gets destroyed, gets sent to the grave. Set it face down or something. Hopefully they attack into it, or they Black Rose your field. You have a few of these there, they get sent out. Or if you had something that you got to discard for, this is perfect discard fodder, because once this is in the grave, its effect will take you can activate its effect, banish it from the grave, and bring out one of the level 8 or higher in your hand, or level 7 or higher in your hand. So it's a free level 7 or 8, which can mean Xyz plays, or possibly, if you want to, I guess you could try doing synchros. I was going to experiment making this from a plant XZ to a plant synchro, but that might be safe for another time. So then here are the beginning of the boss monsters. We have Tiantiao and Talaya. Now, I only have one of each, and there's a good reason for that. Well, kind of a poor reason. The vendor I usually go to buy from ran out, so he didn't have any more of these and didn't have any more of these. But I'd ideally want to run at least 2 Talaya, because she'll save all your plant types from being destroyed by card effects. And she'll gain 100 attack for each plant type monster on your field. So if you've just flooded your field with plant types and you can get her out, you can feel free to dark hole your field. She'll get destroyed. All of your other ones will be safe, and you'll be free to attack directly, I guess. Assuming they don't have like a, I don't know, quaking mirror force or something to just ruin your day. But and then Tiantiao stops targeting effects, which I know isn't as relevant nowadays, but you tribute a plant type, and it's not a target and destroy. Just if a monster's effect were to be activated that targets a monster on the field, you can tribute a plant type, negate the effect, destroy the monster. So it can come in handy, I guess. Maybe run 2 if you feel like it. And here we have 3 Mariña, Princess Sunflowers. Now I like to use her with Tiantiao and Lone Fire, because if you can get a few of these out, and you have a Tiantiao, or not Tiantiao, a Talaya, and you want to hit a Dark Hole, and let's say you have at least 2 or 3 of these out. If you have 2 or 3 of these out, that's Talaya, and you like Dark Hole, and they're on the field, and she got destroyed, well, they get to nuke. Or I'm sorry, wrong card. Sharon Bime. Here, let's actually get into this. So 3 Mariña, 3 Sharon Bime. She can only be attacked. If she's on the field, they can only attack her. When she's destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon another level 8 or higher. So destroy her, bring out one of her, or her, either one you want. So you'll always have another monster on the field, so long as you can get one of her on the field already. And with her, it says exactly one. So once exactly one of your plant type monsters is destroyed, she can target and destroy one card on the field. It's targeting destruction, but if you have enough of these, it can really disrupt the play. So I wouldn't knock it. Alright, coming up, this is 3 Rosaria Stately, because you might end up bricking, and you might have level 8 or higher, or level 7 or higher in your hand that you don't necessarily need to play. You can use him, banish 1 from your hand, 1 from your grave, bring him out, 2900, negate effects of all face-up cards. Not just monsters, all face-up cards. So I ran into a situation where I could never do damage to my opponent because he had Sanctuary in the Sky in the field. So, negated all face-up effects. Sanctuary in the Sky didn't take effect. I could attack over his monsters and he'd take damage. And that won me the duel, because I was able to actually do damage to his ass. So, definitely not bad. I guess it can stop, like, I don't know, D-Barrier maybe. Or, I don't know, Prohibition. If your opponent's crazy enough to play that. You just got a card you're sitting on and can't use. Well, there you go. I'm sorry. I really can't think of any other purposes. Maybe Future Fusion. I don't know. These are probably gonna really save your ass. But Rose Archer, I would run 3. I would recommend strongly that you run 3, because this is your hand trap. This is basically your trap jammer. They activate a trap and you control plant. Discard, negate, destroy. Great hand trap. And I have rares, but I believe there's super rares that you can get for a little under $1 or so. So if you want to be that guy that hollows up their deck, this one's actually not too costly for hollowing out the deck. So you probably have fun. I don't remember how much I spent on this, maybe 30, but it's not bad for what it is. 2 Queen Angel Rose. I don't think she's the best, but it makes good Rosaria fodder. If that makes sense. It's okay for what it is. Because you can tribute 1 face-up plant type, and it's a level 7. So 1 tribute for level 7. Okay, that's not bad. 2400 body. That's not bad at all. Actually, it's great by my standards. But it's its second effect that gets me. During the standby phase, destroy the monster on the field with the lowest attack. So if you're running a low monster that you're going to need for a play, it's gone. As soon as you draw a card, it's gone. So I'd rather just use it for Rosaria fodder, but if they have something on the field I need to get rid of and just so happens to be weaker than this, it does its job, I guess. And here are my one-ofs. Got a Fallen Angel and Rose Witch. Now, I like Fallen Angel, I like what it does, but I don't find myself using it too much. I don't find myself using it for anything more than Rosaria fodder. Doesn't save me as much as you think. But it's not necessarily a bad card. 2400 body, send one face-up plant back to your hand, but banish it when you leave the field if it's special summon that way. So, not bad. Then Rose Witch counts as 2 tributes for the tribute of a plant-type monster, which isn't too good, because you don't want to be tribute summoning. You're going to be focused on special summoning a lot of these things out. So if anything, the third Rose Archer this is going to be replaced by the third Rose Archer. Alright? Like, you don't need this. You don't need it. I just don't have that third Rose Archer. Alright, now into the spells and traps. We have, of course, 3 Miracle Fertilizer, recycle the Lone Fires, recycle the Talayas, recycle the Marinas, whatever you need to recycle, get it out there, keep this alive to keep recycling something every turn. If you're like me, Lone Fire Tribute, Boss, Miracle Fertilizer, Lone Fire Tribute, Boss, and you just got 2 on your field. So, bring out a Sharumbime, then you bring out a Marina. They can't attack your Marina because Sharumbime is on the field. They destroy Sharumbime, you destroy their monster with Marina's effect, and then you get a new boss monster to replace it. So, not bad. It enables plays. Of course, this is a plant type deck, so 3 Mark of the Rose. You'll always have a plant in the grave. Why not take control of something that's bothering you? Sure, adding a kaiju into the deck may be better for getting rid of something that's annoying you. But remember, you can tribute in this deck. You have a lot of level 7 and 8s. You can tribute. So if you have a monster on your field that you don't need right now, it's not going to do it. Like, they Fiendish chained it, and you're salty about it. Mark of the Rose, whatever monster they got up there, and tribute both of them away. Tribute them both. And you'll have a new monster out. They're down a monster. You're down a monster, but they're down Fiendish Chain. Maybe it's not the best play. It's the only one that comes to mind right now, but other than that, I guess you can XZ with it, Synchro with it, Fusion if you're, like, I don't know, running the Invoked engine and they got something that you can use right then and there. Take it, fuse it, they're down a monster, and you're up a boss. So, and of course, to Dark Hole, because when is Dark Hole not useful? Fissure, because decent spot removal, lowest attack. Sometimes the things with the lowest attack enable plays, and you don't want those plays to happen, so get rid of it. I run 1 MST because I really only want 1 MST in here. I don't fear the back row because of the Rose Archers. And because you don't need an extra deck, if they want to activate like a D-barrier on you or something, it's fine. Let it happen. It's okay. But this can get rid of just, like, I don't know, a field spell that's really just being a thorn in your side, or something continuous, or if you just have that suspicion like something's back there and I don't need it now and I can't get out to it, MST it. I mean, you can replace the Fissure with another MST. That's probably not going to hurt you. Or by all means, in today's meta, Twin Twisters is probably the way better option, but I just don't have Twin Twisters on hand. And then we have Bottomless Trapple. It's bottomless. Everybody loves bottomless. They special, you destroy, you banish. So, not bad. Save it for a good boss monster that they've been trying to get out the whole game. Something that's gonna make their day, something that's gonna make their plays go off. Bottomless. It works. And the extra deck, Queen of the Night, it's just there because, well, it's a plant, 3200 beater. Honestly, it serves no other purpose other than to make things a little stronger. I don't even find myself using the damn thing because not that great. By all means, use like Galaxy Eyes Full Armored or Cypher, wherever you want. A lot of the Galaxy's monsters are, I think some of the Spiders cards, I forget what they are, the Seven Deadly Sins or something like that. There's a lot of better rank 8s out there. I just don't have them in my possession. So if you got them, use them. I don't, so I can't. I just like this because it fit the plant theme and it looks real nice, so it's in there. Alright, so that's about it for the deck. Like I said, it's not the most expensive deck. Although a lot of cards I did have on hand, they weren't expensive in and of themselves, so buying everything shouldn't cost too much. And like I said, with a few tweaks, you could probably make it really good. Like I had an idea with adding a fragrance storm and with a wall of ivy, or ivy shackles. I mean, ivy shackles with fragrance storms. So that way, during your turn, all your opponent's monsters become plants. Then you tribute one of their monsters to pick up a card, and then if it's a plant, show it, and you get to pick up another card. And with this deck, that's perfect. And another thing, Pollinosis. It's basically Solemn Judgment for plants. So why not? Run 3 of those. I don't have it. I'm going to go get it, but I don't have it on me. But there's definitely a few things in there that you can sub out for it that you probably don't need. So by all means, Pollinosis is a good out. Or if you have the money, just use like a Salt and Strike or something. Or a D-Berry or whatever you want to add into it. But yeah, here's the basis. This is what I run, and I find it very enjoyable to use. It yields pretty decent results, and it puts up a pretty good fight. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.